Hello, everybody. Accureye here, and welcome back to another Accureye Tips 101 video. In today's video, we will be talking about how to play Anubis and a little bit of a given idea of how to go about playing Anubis. So yeah. That's what we're going to do today. Anubis is kind of the stun lock. I mean, in a way, Anubis is the stun lock champ. I mean, he's kind of the champion of stun locks. He really knows, given the right circumstance, build him right, and Anubis pretty much can, pretty much can just wreck house, when it comes down to it. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what he's all about, is just wrecking house, being kind of the champion of stun locks. I mean, there almost is nobody who can stun lock better than Anubis. Of course, I think, personally, Anubis has been, nerfed recently. I just have had recent thoughts that maybe Anubis got nerfed because I mean, let's face it, when Anubis was originally out, I mean, he was kind of the stun lock champ. I mean, practically no one could match his stun lock, and it was very, very difficult back in the day to counter it. Yeah, that is something that, I think, for the most part, you've got to keep in mind when it comes to, Anubis, especially going forward. In many ways, Anubis going forward has, or was, at least, in many ways, just a stun lock champ. I mean, especially, the way, if you build him correctly. And to build a mage, I've kind of mentioned it before, but to build a mage, mostly you need, magic, of course, and of course you need, a good bit of, mana regen, mana, and, magic, and a good bit of power, magic power. I mean, all that creates a pretty darn good and pretty decent, a pretty decent player for for stun locks and whatnot. So and that's what makes a pretty powerful mage. Anubis, I mean, obviously you need the power, you need the stun, a little bit of crowd control, I mean, doesn't hurt. Movement speed obviously doesn't hurt. Because, I mean, Anubis, he's not the strongest of characters. He doesn't have the greatest defense. So of course, you'll want to move out as quickly as you can. But, yeah, with that being all said and done, I mean, Anubis is, he's one of the better mages in a fight. I mean, just in general. And I mean, for the most part, Anubis is kind of the stun lock champ, like I've said. In my opinion, there's pretty much nobody who matches Anubis when it comes to just in general stun locking, But yeah, with that being said, I mean, like I said, to recap, magic obviously is the first major thing you may want to look into when it comes to building Anubis. Mana, of course, movement speed, of course, and of course, power, magic power. All that will create a fairly decent Anubis, going forward. So, and like I said, I know some of these videos have recently been kind of short. But, honestly, like it is. I mean, I would love to go into more details and tips. But there aren't really a whole lot of details or tips that I would like to, that make it sound like to me where I'm pretty much telling you, oh, you should do this, this, and this, and you'll have a decent character. You know, it's not my intention to make a be-all, end-all guide for Smite or in that matter any game for the most part. You know, I like to leave it for you all to figure out, for you all to kind of get your own thought process out there. You know, I like to make it to where you can make your own decisions and kind of decide, oh, this works for me. Okay, this doesn't work for me. You know, obviously, you know, in many ways, I like to just give you an idea of how to build a character and then kind of design your own build. You know, because obviously, too often, more than not, we end up having people who are like, oh, if you do this, this, and this, you put this item here, this item there, that item there, this item there, whatnot, and so forth and so on and whatnot. You know, obviously, it sounds like a be-all, end-all guide. Which, I mean, in my case, I've seen these guides. I've seen these things before. And obviously, as I'm going to tell you here, they don't work. I mean, let's face it, they really don't work. The whole be-all, end-all guide is a nice thought. It's a beautiful thought in many ways. But in other ways, and in other fashions, of course, the be-all, end-all guide, the so-called this, and this, these items, here, this item there, that item there, this item there, it doesn't always work. So, I mean, with that being said, you know, with that being said, you know, I don't claim these are be-all, end-all guides. This is just my thoughts, my thought process. This is just a little inside thought and inside look into my mind to kind of find a way to build your own, make your own build. I mean, obviously, most of my builds have been very successful, and I'm going to claim that most of my builds have been very successful for me. Doesn't mean it'll work for you. Absolutely not. I mean, my playstyle is different from your playstyle. Your playstyle is different from my playstyle. Heck, everyone who has a claim to a build and says that this is the best build ever, you'll never be defeated with this build or that build. I mean, let's face it. Factor it in. It's their playstyle. It may work for them, but it might not work for you. So, I don't want to have the claim that this is the be-all, end-all guide. But, with that being said, I mean, you know, hopefully you've enjoyed the sale. Hopefully you are, liking what I've been able to do. I will continue to be making more, guides, more tips, more tricks, more how to, so that you can be helped, so that you can find what works best for you. But with that being said, thank you everyone for joining me on this video. Thank you for being here. If you like this video, you know what to do. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, hit that bell notification because I know you want to know when my next video drops next. Thank you everyone for joining me. I usually am live with competitive gaming or some variety gaming shenanigans. I will also be doing Fallout 76 live on www.twitch.tv/Accureye. You can join me there when I'm live on Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. But with that being said, thank you everyone for joining me on this video. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for being here. And until the next one, this is Accureye signing out and saying farewell, everyone.